Welcome to Basketball Spotlight on the Mr. RCSN channel. I am Ross Castaldo, Atlantic Division Analyst and Celtics Insider, with my colleague
Evan Boca. What up?
He has no title because he is Indian.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, today we will start talking about, with the NBA season right around the corner, we will discuss our preseason predictions in each division. Starting with my division, the Atlantic. Avanoff, who rounds out the pack in the Atlantic?
I am actually making a bold prediction here and going with the Philadelphia 76ers. I know what you're going to say, but I feel like they're going to take a big step this year with the addition of Andrew Bynum, and I feel like Drew Holiday's going to have a breakout year, and I'm liking Thaddeus Young, and Jody Meeks as a three-point specialist. And I like the fact that they took the Celtics to 7 games, even though they couldn't win that decisive Game 7. And I like Doug Collins as a great coach and mentor to lead this team to victory.
I do like the 76ers. I just don't see... I think they need one more piece around Bynum, and I think the grace period of learning to play with Bynum will slur them a little bit. My team to win the Atlantic is, for the 6th straight time, the Boston Celtics, just due to their bench. They lose Ray Allen, they bring in 2 more shooters, which basically make up Ray Allen again. They got Avery Bradley. Love what they did in the draft. Sullinger and Melo both look like they can pay dividends right out of the gate. The only concern about the Celtics is who's going to play backup to Rondo, but if we don't have a good backup, they don't have a good backup point guard, Rondo can just go play all the minutes if he has to. So that's why I picked the Celtics. I have the Brooklyn Nets finishing second behind the Celtics. I like everything they did. I know you're probably thinking that, hey, what about the Sixers or the Knicks? But Darren Williams is gonna be easier to learn to gel with them because he is the star, unlike Bynum being the center being the star. And then third, I have the New York Knicks ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers. I really don't like this team too off, but I think Mike Woodson's got them going in the right direction. I still think Carmelo sucks. I think the team is not a good team, but I don't think they're a serious championship contender. They'll go to the playoffs and get swept again. And then fourth, I have the Sixers slightly. I think they put up a better fight. I think they get a 7 seed or a 6 seed even, and they fight it out with the Pacers or the Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. And then the Raptors, they're getting better, but they're still the weakest team in that division.
So 4 teams making the playoffs in this division?
4 teams making the playoffs in this division. I think maybe the Celtics get the 2 seed, the Nets get the 4, the Knicks get the 5, and the Sixers get the 6.
This is the toughest division in the league.
I think by far.
All right. Our next division, we'll be doing the Central. Ross, how do you feel about this one?
Well, with the Chicago Bulls, without Derrick Rose for anywhere from 2 to 4 months, that grace period is going to be very tough for the Chicago Bulls. They have to see how Kirk Heinrich and Marcus Teague adjust to their new systems. The team I like from the Central that I think is going to eventually win the Central is the Indiana Pacers. They have a lot of young talent, a lot of size with Roy Hibbert and David West, and I think they have a great coach. And I think they could have beaten the Heat if they just would have stuck their head together and would have stuck to their game plan. Now, the Pacers' point guard situation is iffy. They did pick up DJ Augustine, who's a very nice player, and they still have George Hill, but George Hill is turnover prone. If the Pacers can figure out this point guard situation, they have the potential to possibly turn some heads and get into the NBA Finals this season.
Really? The Finals?
Never know. I mean, you can do a lot with size. They just need the guy who can set them up properly.
Right. I agree with you. The Pacers will win the division just to the fact that Derrick Rose will be out a long time. And the Bulls also lost Kyle Korver, which is their 3-point specialist. I don't think Luol Deng and Noah and all of them can pick that all up. And for the Pacers, I do like George Hill. I do like Danny Granger. And I like Frank Vogel as the head coach. Even though they did lose Larry Bird in the upper management, I liked him because he really built that team. But yeah, I like the Pacers.
The one concern I think the Bulls have enough to make the playoffs this year. I think the one thing that could keep the Bulls relevant is that their ability to play great defense and rebound. It's just a matter if when Derrick Rose gets back and what Derrick Rose are we gonna get.
And also, watch out for Paul George. I think he can have a breakout year this year.
My sleeper team in that division is the Detroit Pistons. I think eventually this team has to be good. I think the Bucks are going to lose Brandon Jennings at the trade deadline. I think the Bucks really got to just better scrape it and try to do something like the Orlando Magic. Try to get their eventual first round and their guy. The reason I like the Pistons is that it seems like they're steadily improving. They haven't gotten that big superstar in the draft, but you can tell that Brandon Knight can play. Rodney Stuckey can play. It's just a matter of what Andre Drummond can do and what Greg Monroe can do. If you put both of them in the paint, I'm a big fan of size in the paint. That makes it difficult for these teams in the Central Division to score. I'm not saying the Pistons will make the playoffs, but I'm saying they will have a better season than they did prior.
And what about Cleveland?
Cleveland, they're one guy away.
One guy away?
One guy away. I think they're not ready for the spotlight yet. And Milwaukee, I just think they need to scrap it.
All right. Our next division, the Southeast Division. Probably the weakest division in the NBA. Probably an obvious pick. Ross, how do you feel?
I'm picking the Atlanta Hawks. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty obvious the Miami Heat will run away with this. Most people's pick to win the finals. Most people's pick to be the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Obviously, they added some nice weapons with Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis, quality bench guys. This team just seems like it's going to get better. It's just, are they going to have a hangover effect? That's the only issue. Will they come out slow out of the gate, and will they be able to conquer the Eastern Conference? Yes, they let an older team like the Celtics, who in my mind improved over the offseason, go to 7 with them. They let a team like the Pacers take 2 from them. They let a weak team, in my opinion, to the Knicks take even 1 from them. They should have swept that series. So their ability to close is questioned. Obviously, you can't say that because they won the finals. But obviously, they're my pick to be the number 1 seed, the number 1 team in the East. I don't know if they're even going to get to the finals. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but he'd run away with this division.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is not even going to be a close race. I mean, LeBron, MVP, Dwayne Wade, Bosh, Ray Allen, you name it. They basically have like all the tools to get the number 1 seed and repeat. And the Hawks, they might sneak in as the 8th seed. They might.
The Hawks were rumored to trade Josh Smith to the Boston Celtics before Joe Johnson was traded to the Nets. So you can just see they're starting to give the keys to Jeff Teague and realize where their team belongs. So I don't know how they're going to work out.
And the Bobcats and Wizards are...
John Wall's out for 2 months. Their season's over. And Bobcats, they got to get lucky in the lottery.
Yeah.
So that's our Eastern Conference. Look out. We'll have another video with the Western Conference.
Thank you.